Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm talking about my favorite book adaptations. I just randomly decided I would talk about my favorite book to movie, book to TV show adaptations. These are obviously not all of them because I feel like there could be a few that I would include, but this is like my top 10. I do have like one bonus one or honorable mention, but these are my top 10 as of right now. These are my favorite adaptations. All of these except for one, I have read the books, loved the books, and also loved the adaptation for what it was. And again, these are just my opinions. These are just how I feel about these adaptations. Like, I just love them. I don't think necessarily that they're the best thing in the entire world. I don't also think that they're the best adaptation. I just personally love the book and the movie or TV show. And like, I love them separately. I love them together. Like, I just overall love everything that has to do with what book or movie I'm mentioning here. I do have a Letterboxd, which I'll link down below, which is where I rate and occasionally review movies. So you can go follow me on there if you want. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but when I do, I obviously do rate them and stuff. So yeah, I'll leave that link down below. But let's get into my top 10, and I will start from number 10 leading up to number 1. My honorable mention, so coming in at number 11, is Driven. So the book is by Kay Bromberg. The adaptation is actually a 6-part series on Passionflix. So this is exclusive to Passionflix. If you really enjoy romance adaptations that are extremely faithful to the book, I highly recommend checking out Passionflix. They are fantastic with their adaptations, literally from page to screen. Like, it's so faithful, it's insane. I love this adaptation. I loved the actors. This stars Casey Diedrich and Olivia Applegate, and I both loved them as Colton and Riley. I just thought they were perfect. Their chemistry was great. The adaptation in general was like literally perfect. So yeah, I just had to quickly mention this one because I did really love it. By the way, when I say that these are all like my favorite adaptations, I mean in a way that like I can rewatch the movies over and over and over again and really not get sick of them. Like, I do love the books too. I just wanted to mention that. It's like, these are adaptations that I won't get sick of and that I can rewatch over and over again and still feel the same way. Okay, coming in at number 10 is Gone Girl. It's been a really long time since I've read the book. I don't know how faithful of an adaptation it is. I did read the book shortly before the movie came out, and I actually saw the movie in theaters. I think all of these I saw in theaters, aside from obviously the TV show ones. But I just remember loving the adaptation and just thinking it was a masterpiece. It was so well done, so well acted. Rosamund Pike is just fantastic, and this is a like mystery thriller. It follows Nick and Amy, who are celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary, and Amy goes missing, and everybody points fingers to Nick, and it's just really great. I'm sure you've all seen it and read it, but I really loved it. Coming in at number 9 is The Host. So this is The Host by Stephenie Meyer, and the movie stars Saoirse Ronan, Max Irons, and Jake Gable. It's basically about aliens who take over like human bodies and like erase their memories and erase like who they are as people, and there's a small group of humans still living trying to fight them. It's just really entertaining and fun, and I think if you like sci-fi with a good amount of romance, you will highly enjoy either the book or the movie. And I do think it was a pretty good adaptation. There were a few things changed, obviously, but overall I thought it was fantastic, and again, a favorite. Coming in at number 8 is A Discovery of Witches. So the book is by Deborah Harkness, and it is a TV show on AMC, and it stars Matthew Goody and Teresa Palmer. This follows a historian who is also a witch. She discovers this powerful book that has been lost for centuries, and suddenly everybody wants this book from her, and she kind of gets rescued and protected by this mysterious vampire. It is such a fantastic paranormal romance show, and I loved the book. There are 4 books in this series, in this world. I just love everything about this whole All Souls world, and the TV show is fantastic. It's getting a 2nd season and a 3rd season, so I'm very happy about that. But again, another favorite. Coming in at number 7 is After. The book is by Anna Todd, and the movie stars Josephine Langford and Hero finds Tiffin. And this is a college romance. It's about a good girl who falls in love with a dark, mysterious bad boy who has a lot of issues. This is probably, out of all of these, the one that is least faithful to the book. I still absolutely love the movie and I love the book. We are also getting a sequel, which I'm very excited about. There's just something about the movie that I really love, and the books are super addicting, and I literally cannot stop talking about this series and the movie and the next movie. I'm just super excited, but I just truly do love this series. Coming in at number 6 is Vampire Academy. The book is by Rochelle Mead and the movie stars Zoe Deutsch and Lucy Fry. And this follows 2 vampire teens on the run from their school, and they get dragged back to their high school, and they're just dealing with fun high school drama and darker secrets, all of that. It's really fun, and the books do cover pretty serious topics, and I feel like the movie kind of glazed over those a little bit, but in general I think this series is really fun and the movie is equally fun. I know a lot of people hated the movie, but I genuinely did love it. I felt like all of the actors were the perfect fit for their characters. I think the only problem was that they definitely tried to make it Mean Girls meets vampires, but in general I really do love both of them. I loved the whole atmosphere of the movie, and the books are one of my favorite series of all time. Coming in at number 5 is Divergent. The book is by Veronica Roth and the movie stars Shailene Woodley, Theo James, and Kate Winslet. Divergent is a futuristic dystopian where you are divided into factions. That's kind of like where you grow up, kind of just like in groups. And when you reach a certain age, you get to choose your faction, and Triss decides to leave her faction, but she is holding on to a different secret. She is Divergent, which is extremely dangerous in their world, and she's trying to hide that. And it's very entertaining, very fast-paced. To me, this is like my Hunger Games. I know a lot of people didn't like Divergent because it felt a lot like the Hunger Games, which I understand, but personally, I love it more and I think it's better. I'm talking specifically about the first book and the first movie. We're not going to talk about the rest of the series because it's kind of a mess, but I loved book 1 and movie 1. Coming in at number 4 is the 50 Shades series. So I love the books and the movies. I actually love the movies a little bit more, not gonna lie. The books are by E.L. James and the movies star Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan. The series follows Anastasia Steele, who meets this dark, mysterious, tortured billionaire Christian Grey who has a dark secret, and it's just, the books themselves are really addicting, and I love the movies. The movies are so good, specifically movie 2 and movie 3. I just really love them. I think 50 Shades Freed is my favorite movie out of all 3 of them. I do really love them, and I love Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan. But movie 1 was so beautiful. It really was a beautiful movie. It just wasn't that faithful to the book like it was, but there were obviously things that were changed. Movie 2 and movie 3 definitely followed more of the book, probably because E.L. James's husband wrote the scripts for movie 2 and movie 3, but regardless, I love this series. It's definitely a favorite. The movies are fantastic. The books are good, but not amazing. But I love the movies so much more. Coming in at number 3 is The Mortal Instruments City of Bones. The book is by Cassandra Clare and the movie stars Lily Collins and Jamie Campbell Bower. I know a lot of people probably prefer the TV show, which is fine. I didn't really like the TV show. I did give it a fair shot, but I didn't really like it. I just really love Lily Collins, and I think she to me is my perfect Clary. I just really love her. This is like a paranormal fantasy that follows Clary, who discovers she is a shadow hunter and she can see demons and kill them, and she gets swept away in the shadow hunter world, and she discovers who she is and the history with her parents, and it's just really fun, really entertaining. Again, the movie is not a perfect adaptation. It does sway a little bit from the book, but I still really loved it. Lily Collins will always be my Clary Frey, and Jemima West will always be my Isabel Lightwood. Also, the chemistry between Lily and Jamie is just amazing. Another favorite adaptation. Can you guys guess like my top 2 favorites? So coming in at number 2 is obviously Harry Potter. So all of the Harry Potter movies, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit with this one because I actually haven't read all of the Harry Potter books. I've only read up to Prisoner of Azkaban, but I love the movies. The movies were what I grew up on. I think Goblet of Fire was the first one that I saw in theaters, and my family and I went every year as like a tradition to like watch it all together, and I just have really fond memories of like watching all of the movies in theaters and absolutely loving them. I do have to say Prisoner of Azkaban is probably my favorite movie out of all of them. I just really love the plot of that one, plus the directing is just perfect. I feel like this was a very obvious one to be on this list, but I love Harry Potter. And coming in at number 1 is obviously Twilight. Again, a very obvious choice for me, but I love Twilight. I love all of the movies. Twilight and Breaking Dawn, part 1 and part 2 are both my favorites. I just love Twilight. I love everything about it. I loved the actors. I loved the music. I loved all the vibes of each movie. Like, each movie is so different in their vibes, and I just absolutely love it. I think the reason why I love the first movie so much is because it's definitely blue-green tone movie. Like, if you watch the movie now, you notice how blue and green it is. I absolutely love that. It just makes it so gloomy and so vibey and atmospheric that I truly love it for that way. But I love the books. I love the movies. They're fantastic. Literally my top favorite adaptations of all time. Just perfection. So those were all top 10 of my favorite book to movie, book to TV show adaptations. Let me know your favorite adaptations down below. I'd be very curious to know. I didn't include any like comic book ones because obviously I would include Daredevil on this list, but I didn't want to include like comic books or books that I haven't read. Even though I did include Harry Potter, but all of these books I've read and loved, and I feel the same way about the adaptations. But again, let me know your favorite adaptations down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!